investigation 4.1, going with a little different angle here just to catch everything going on here. I showed you all the parts as we moved across, but there are a few new pieces. So you do have this blue piece attached to a yellow screen. You'll find that in the accessories kit. What this does is it holds the two cars together while I have a rubber band wrapped around that car. If you can look at the image on the actual investigation to see what that looks like. But this is keeping them pushed together, even though the rubber band is trying to push them apart. So the first part of the lab has students pull this out and just qualitatively they're trying to decide, okay, what happened, and they'll have a few questions about that. But then they'll get into the actual quantitative part of the lab where they're going to collect data using these two photosensors, Photogates. So when you have this set up, your two flags that are on the cars are going to be just inside of the Photogates laser sensors. And so you'll want to make sure that those are not blocking them. You should see green on your Photogates when you're ready to go. On your actual data collector, make sure it's on CPO timer mode. The data on there, you're going to have your time A, time B, time AB. We don't need to worry about time AB for this because it's not one vehicle passing through both. So we're just going to use those first two. So during this lab, students will be experimenting placing different amounts of marbles in different sides, and the data table on the third page actually tells them which ones to put into A and B. Just make sure that they know which car is A, which one is B. You might want to put up on the board, orange car is A, blue car is B, B for blue, A for orange, huh? Anyways, so that way all your groups have the similar data for which car has which marbles during which trial. Make sure that you remind students how to calculate speed using the times from these. Remember, it's that 1 centimeter flag divided by the time, and that should help out with calculating speed. Hopefully by this point your students are getting the hang of that and they can figure that out. But the trick to these guys is just to yank it upwards, boing, and you see the two cars go in opposite directions. The lab does suggest that you put that the other launcher that we use for one of the labs that launches using the rubber band down on the other end, just to keep the car from rolling off the table. That is totally up to you. You could just have a student down there, make sure you grab it. So I launched those, it gave me 2 times, and in fact the times for both of those were very close together, which is what I'd want because they both only had 1 marble in them. Make sure that your students don't push anything through those Photogates until they've written down their data. And so that's one thing to keep in mind, otherwise I have to repeat to get the accurate data. They should do 4 combinations, and then there's questions. This lab, nothing too crazy, but it should show them that if you got more mass in one, so we'll put 3 marbles in here, only 1 in that one, and we'll connect these guys together. And this is a good way to show you guys. When you connect these, typically put it in one, and then you can push them together and lock in that other one. And then just make sure that those Photogates are blocked, green, green, and we should see the blue one take off with much more speed if he's not falling off the track than the orange one because it's got more mass. And that is definitely what we see by a large margin. So hopefully this helps your students connect mass to velocity and all that sort of stuff, and that is investigation 4.1.